Okay, I've tried to make this video like 4 times now, and for some reason my server, it's not my internet, it's my server with YouTube, so I'm going to try to make it this time. My name is Sean. I have watched all of Dragon Guy's videos, and I have watched the one video of yours in response to his, or at his. Um, and I guess I have a few points I want to make, and somewhere in those points might be a question or two, and if you feel free to answer them in a video, I would love to hear from you. Um, I know a handful of atheists, and one of those atheists that I know used to be extremely close to me until about 4 or 5 days ago when we had a falling out and she moved out. She used to be my roommate. I've known her for 3 years. I've been really close with her. Um, she is your name on YouTube is a true atheist, and I don't know if you meant that to mean that you are a true atheist, or you meant that to say that atheism is the true way. Either way, I think you meant it to say that you are a true atheist, and I have to tell you that I'm first going to tell you, and I know you're going to argue this, you're not a true atheist. Um, and I'll tell you why. My roommate was extremely what I consider to be a hardcore true atheist, in that she doesn't believe in God, and therefore she could care less if anybody else does. Um, that's their prerogative, their opinion. If they want to, great. If they don't, hey, welcome to the club. But either way, she could care less. I am a deist. I don't believe in organized religion, but I do believe in a higher power. Um, Another atheist that I know is Billy7766 here on YouTube. Billy is a very good atheist, and when he presents an argument or he presents information to kind of put information out there for people to hear about atheism, he puts it in a intelligent manner. The reason you are not a true atheist is because for somebody who calls himself an atheist, you act more like a Christian than I know most Christians do. And what I mean by that is that you use words like expose, debunk. Other atheists like you use words like show it for what it really is. Um, you know, it's all lies. There is no gods. God doesn't exist. Yada yada yada. You're trying to change us, and that is actually what a hardcore, like for instance, a Southern Baptist, or Jehovah Witness. They go out door to door trying to bring people to Christ. Whereas you are using YouTube as a manner to go door to door or computer to computer and bring people away from organized religion. That's more Christian-like than it is anything else. And my ex-roommate always used to say, why do all these angry atheists who claim to not be Christian act so Christian-like? And that's one of my first questions. Why do you feel it is your job on this planet to destroy other people's belief systems? Second of all, my grandmother was a hardcore Catholic her entire life until she died. Whenever my grandmother had a problem, she would say her prayer books at night, every night, problem or not. She would look to the Bible, she would look to God and Jesus for whatever help she could get. Being a deist, I don't believe in the Bible. I don't believe in a Bible because the Bible, it was written by man. The Quran was written by man. Any form of religious text on this planet was written by human beings. That's why I stopped being Catholic years ago and tried to be a Baptist. It's because I don't believe I should have to confess my sins to a sinning mortal himself or herself. So, my grandmother believed in the Bible wholeheartedly, and whenever she had a problem or needed help, she went to the Bible. And that helped my grandmother live out her life in a peaceful existence. She didn't hurt anybody by believing in the Bible. She didn't hurt anybody by looking to the Bible for answers, for hope, for some form of light at the end of the tunnel that things were going to get better. And they did, and then she always was happy about it. Okay? Why? If being an atheist makes you happy in life, if being without faith in any kind of grand higher power makes you a happy person, then I am all for you being an atheist. I am not for you trying to destroy other people's beliefs when that is what brings them happiness. If you feel them being Christian is destroying their life, and that them being atheists coming over to the atheist side of belief would make them a happier person, then believe that. Put your videos online, giving them information, telling them, and let them find the truth themselves. But don't diss other people and disrespect other people just because they believe in something that's different than you. a lot of people harp on me because I believe in a higher power and a God. And because how can I believe that when so many people use God to persecute people like me? I'm a homosexual male. How can I believe in God when everybody's using God to persecute me? One particular reason. That's them using God to persecute me. That's not the God that I believe in persecuting me. That is not the higher being, the creator, persecuting me. It's people using his, what they assume to be his words to persecute me. Okay? Hardcore Christians believe that you have to follow what Jesus says. In that case, Jesus never said anything about homosexuality, ever, in the Bible. There is not one quote that anybody could show me in the King James Bible, or any other Bible for that matter, that says Jesus said this about homosexuality. It was in Leviticus and the Old Testament, and we're supposed to throw the Old Testament out the window after Jesus, because this is what the true Word of God is now, his Son's Word. Well, Jesus never said anything about homosexuality. So you can't take what was written by man verbatim. You just can't. Okay? So my second question is, why is it so hard for you to just be an atheist, have your views, your points, your beliefs, present them in an intelligent manner online, in which everybody can look at your information and say, wow, he was really informative. He gave me a lot to think about, and I'm going to think about that over the next couple of weeks, and maybe I'll reevaluate my opinion on faith and religion, and maybe I won't. But you guys don't do that. Instead, you guys attempt to destroy people's belief systems. I believe in God. I believe in God wholeheartedly. And the reason I believe in God and heaven and an afterlife is because I have a hard time believing that I'm never going to see my father again. That I'm never going to see my grandmother, my grandfather, my grandmother, my grandfather on my father's side and my mother's side. I have a hard time believing that when, God forbid, my mother gets called home to her eternal resting place, I will never see my mother again. That is what keeps me believing in God. Because I have to believe that our life down here will be rewarded somewhere else, and that eventually I will be reunited with my family. That brings me peace. That brings me hope. That brings me comfort in my life. Why do you feel it necessary to take that belief and that comfort away from me? That's my main question. I already asked it, but I still had to ask it again. As far as people like Dragon Guy USA, yeah, he might look like a tired old redneck, but at least the tired old redneck comes across as a nice guy. He comes across as a guy just trying to put his views on there. And every once in a while, his views may not be, in an organized fashion. They may be wishy-washy, they may be back and forth. He may get a little emotional about things. But honey, YouTube is all about your personal fucking opinions. And like Dragon Guy said in one of his videos, opinions are like assholes, and everybody has one. And not everybody smells perfect all the time. So in closing, I guess I want to say that I understand your need, your belief in atheism and being an atheist, and I understand that your desire to present that information to everybody. What I don't understand is why you and so many other angry atheists feel the need to destroy everybody else's beliefs if they're comfortable and happy believing in those beliefs. So if maybe you can answer that question for me and try to be respectful, and if you're respectful with your answer, of course I'm going to let your video be posted as a response to this one. If you're disrespectful and you feel you're going to kick some more ass, honey, this faggot is not one ass you're going to kick. I'll warn you that now. Because I'm here to have intellectual and intelligent debate. I'm not here to call you names. I'm not here to have you call me names. I'm not here for you to treat me like a child. So if you want to talk, let's talk. Answer my questions, and I'll be glad to get back to you. Otherwise, save it for somebody else. Thanks, and thanks for listening.